before that your version of Snow White is different and it's more of a 2022 version of Snow White. What did you mean by that?
I mean, you know, the original cartoon came out in 1937, and very evidently so. There's a big focus on her love story with a guy who literally stalks her.
Yeah.
Weird.
Super weird.
So we didn't do that this time.
Shut the up. Yes, chef. Well, you might not be so rude. Now, would you like me to email that to your BlackBerry?
Hey guys, I decided that I would check out the wonderful and beautiful, stunning and brave new Snow White movie, and oh my gosh, I loved it. I just loved every single bit of it. It inspired me in so many different kind of ways because I've always seen myself as a pregnant Puerto Rican woman, and I just thought to myself, I'd love to be a Disney princess, and I'd love to, just live with 7 other dudes and fall asleep and get tongued by some prince and be swept away in some wonderful castle and yada yada yada. And so I thought, this is the movie for me. Now, up until about, a couple days ago, I was always like a white man. That's how I identified. And so I never watched the original Snow White movie as a kid, as a young toxic man. And, because I'm not gay. But I thought, this is kind of a big deal. It's like Disney's flagship. Like, this is the thing that Disney, it's special, It's like this special kind of thing. It launched Disney in a lot of different ways. And I wanted to check this out. Oh, by the way, I kind of, noticed, hey, this retarded movie is also really trending, and I'd kind of like to grow my YouTube channel. So even though I've been taking a break from YouTube and been taking it in the back end by Uncle Sam, so I've had to pay my bills and crap and work extra, so I kind of had to put YouTube on the side. But I thought, man, I really have to watch this movie. It's something special, and I loved every bit of it. It's one of those things I loved. Like I said, it connected with me on the inside. And so I want to give you my review. But with all of that junk, if you could please hit the like and subscribe buttons and then hit the bell icon. None of it works, but it still, I think, is supposed to. It really goes a long way in helping out my channel. And if you want to help me grow it and all that good jazz, creating a YouTube account is free, and one day I'm sure it won't be, but it's free, and then hitting the subscribe button is also free. Really appreciate it, guys. So what did I think of Snow White? Well, I say I loved it. I kind of loved it in the same way that you might love Batman and Robin. How's the movie? Well, it sucks. I mean, we all knew that, right? It's like, there's no avoiding it at this point. We all knew this was going to be an absolute dumpster fire. But I had so much fun watching it. Not as much fun as The Rings of Power. I love The Rings of Power. It's kind of, I've got reviews on it, and oh man, I heard Season 3 is renewed, and I was thinking about that through most of this movie because, as I was watching this, my mind was just kind of wandering, so I missed most of it because I was just, I did catch maybe 5 or 10 minutes of it, but as I was thinking, I thought, I can't wait for The Rings of Power to come out. But the parts of this I did catch, I really, really enjoyed. I laughed so much. I mean, the CGI dwarves were hideous, and they kind of scared me, but they were cool. And I loved how bad they were. I loved how cringy some of the scenes were. I laughed so much at some of those. So on a serious, I mean, I am being serious, but like, is there anything actually good though about this absolute dumpster fire of what is not meant to be a comedy, but is clearly a comedy? Well, the chick who plays Snow White, the one that's like, hey, if a prince saved you and he's a stalker, that's what the original, weird, that's kind of weird, and it's like, yeah, well, you look like some kind of, I don't know, middle-aged level rat or something. I don't know. She's not the most... I shouldn't say that. That's actually kind of mean. You know, I mean, she did, like, wish death upon Trump supporters, but I shouldn't retaliate in that kind of way. You know, peace and love, you know, that kind of thing and all that. But, really, her singing wasn't horrible. I think there may have been auto-tune in all of this. Gal Gadot, or however you say her name, I don't think she can sing at all. And her acting is about, I don't know, I mean, she can act about as good as, I don't know, a plastic bag. I think her acting's about on that level. I don't think Rachel Ziegler's her name, if I'm pronouncing that right. I don't think her acting is super the worst. I just didn't care about the character in any way, shape, or form. But she can sing. She can. And from what I hear, she can sing in real life and yada yada. I still think they may have done some auto-tune. I don't know. But so there's that. There's a lot of CGI gobbledygook. I mean, some of it didn't look the worst in the world. I guess some of it was okay. There's this group of merry men, and they're out of place. And then there's the guy who, like, falls in love with her or whatever, but then through the whole story she just does everything for herself, and you know, she's like connecting with people, but it doesn't make sense, and the queen hates her, and the queen has all this magical power, but then she doesn't use it, and then she dies by the mirror at the end. I got the gist of it. I mean, that's about it. It's like, what can I say? It's like, and we all kind of knew this was coming. It's like, man, Snow White, and the thing is even though I identify as a morbidly obese, you know, pregnant Puerto Rican woman with 5 different kids, I still feel like this is going to connect more with actual, like, little girls who grew up. And I don't mean this movie, I mean the original Snow White. There's a lot of little princesses who grew up, and it mattered to them. And here's the main thing I wanted to say. This is like rah, feminism. I don't need no man. By the way, the little peck on the cheek that the dude gives her, you know, at the end, it was just like, I don't even know if that was technically in there, because, you know, she doesn't need no man. She's rah, I can do this all by myself. And I was just kind of thinking to myself as I'm watching this, I'm just kind of thinking, like, what's so wrong about the old tropes? Like, what's so wrong about being a princess and being saved by a knight in shining armor? You know, whether you're locked in a tower or you know, fallen underneath a spell in a forest and you're asleep, or something, you know, Shrek and Fiona, you know, like what is so wrong about this old idea of, like, you're a damsel in distress, you know? It's just like, and the prince, and I'm kind of thinking at it from, like, the lady's perspective. It cannot be that all these women in the world are like, oh, men are gross, I hate them. I feel like there's still a lot of women out there who love the idea of a dude coming to their rescue, of being in peril, of struggling, and then a man coming, a strong guy, maybe not me, but a strong guy, you know, riding to their rescue and lifting them up and taking them in their arms and kissing them. And all that, those old ideas is all taken now, and it's all demonized, and it's like, oh, well, he's stalking now, and he kisses her when he's asleep. That's sexual assault, and it's just like, you have so perverted this wonderful pure idea, and it's just like, and the sad result of it, man, is you see a lot of dudes nowadays, they don't really want to be Prince Charming anymore. You know, I see, like, some of these guys, and they're like hitting girls and chicks. I've been no, I won't mention it, but I've been following different YouTube stuff going on, and there was, like, this guy who pushed this girl and stuff, and everyone's freaking out, and rightfully so, but it's like, you know, no regard for the ladies anymore, no chivalry, you know, it's just all, I don't know, I know I'm supposed to be doing the movie review, but that's just what's kind of thinking in my mind. It's like, what is so bad about that? Like, what feminism is just such a nasty thing. It demonizes men, it makes women into these ugly freaks, and just these rah, and it just messes everything up. It's like, why can't we have this beautiful story of Prince Charming saving the damsel in distress? So this story doesn't convey that at all. It's all over the place too. It just feels so choppy and just kind of messed up. And yeah, I mean, it sucks. But let's get into how it's doing. I do want to bring this up. Let me see if I can do this thingamajiggy here. I think you can still hear and see just fine. It may be turned around on your screen, I'm not sure. But it has just finished opening. And today is Sunday I'm making this. So Monday is tomorrow when you might see it if I upload it. We'll see, I don't know. But its domestic box office opening weekend is 43,000. No, million, sorry. 43 million. I had to read that for a second. And international is 44 million. Worldwide is 87 million. In other words, it really, really sucks. I mean, it's really bad. I mean, that's like, and it made, the production budget is $269 million. And when you add in, I don't think that includes like all the advertising BS. So you're talking about like upwards towards $300 million. Man, this thing is gonna bomb like hell. Let's see what people are saying. So we got the good old-fashioned Rotten Tomatoes. This site sucks, by the way. Look at the scrolling. Look at how it just chops out. It's crap. We got the tomato meter at 44% for the special duper super duper critics. The popcorner is the 73%. Let's see what this says. Ooh, let's read some reviews. Hold on, we'll go back to that. So that's what the Rotten Tomatoes thing says. We have Criticlist, which is a new website that kind of records movies and not records, but like it's like Rotten Tomatoes, but you know, not super biased. It has a 13% heinous score from 49 votes. We have Metacritic, where, oh, get this, based off of 666 user ratings. That's not a coincidence. 1.2, it's really bad. And then this is out of 50 based off of 47 critic reviews. So obviously all around, it's not doing too good. Maybe we should read what people say. I have not read any of these. Hand on heart, I'm about to go through these. I haven't read any of these. Let's see. This one has a half star. Snow White's a mess of a movie. Blatantly unwatchable. Instead, I watched the 1933 Betty Boop Snow White 7 times today. It's a flop. Has nothing with Snow White to do, and that's true. If now, what I actually can't say that. I never watched the original. I thought about watching the original for this review, but I thought, nah, that's kind of gay. I don't want to do that. Let's just, everyone else is watching this one right now. Maybe I should have, but I thought, nah, I don't know. Was cold and had very little of the feelings or emotions of the original. It looked good, and that is about the only thing I could think of walking away from this one. The Witch was better than the MC. Yeah, Gal Gadot was a better character. Her acting isn't the best, but I didn't think she did horrible in this. I thought her acting, I'm talking about like overall and everything I've seen her in. There was this clip reel I watched. I might just play it now. And then when I edit this.
Max Lord, you're putting yourself and everyone else in grave danger. I need you to give me the stone. What happened to it?
But man, like her acting's real choppy. She was fine in this, I guess. One of the things that kept striking out to me is like, we're talking about beauty in this, right? And they kind of mix, it's like, oh, both inner and outer beauty. I guess they really had to make that spin on it, because the truth is Gal Gadot's a lot hotter than Rachel Zegler. You know what another interesting thing is? Through the grapevine, from what I heard, there's a real life beef going on, because Gal Gadot is this like Israeli supporter, and Ziegler is like this Hamas supporter, and so there's been like real world like Israeli and Hamas like beef between the two of them. And you saw them at the Oscars, and you could just tell they hated each other every bit. Let's see what a positive. Kevin Y. I was so pleasantly surprised. This movie was amazing, and I went in a bit skeptical, but I see on the big screen and I see it destined for Broadway. What? Destined for Broadway? What are you talking about? Destined for Broadway? What? Bad review. It's just a bad movie. Didn't like it either. She said sorry for insisting on seeing it. Oh, daughter didn't like it either. I forgive her, not Disney. Here's a positive review from Sherry. I loved how it showed so much more than just the original scenes of Snow White. It explained what happened to many different things in Snow White's life. Did it? I don't know. It felt really cold to me, and it felt really out of place. In fact, as far as explaining things in Snow White's life, you know, if they had taken the original, expanded it so that there are these empty gaps, the original, from what I hear, is pretty tightly knit and, you know, really concise and tells a really good story. If they had expanded it and then filled in those parts while keeping the original parts and being faithful and honest about those, and filling in those gray areas or those empty areas that made sense, maybe. But the problem is they take all the original stuff, at least from the stuff I've heard, and they replace it, and it's not the same at all. It's like a completely different movie. Let's read some more positive ones. It's really unfortunate. This is a 4-star out of 5. It's really unfortunate and a bit tragic that there was so much controversy circling around a very well done film. Wonderfully reimagined, just like all the other live action Disney films. Great family movie. Well, I'm gonna have to press X to down on that one. Wonderfully reimagined, just like all the other actions. Oh, wait a second. So you liked all that other trash? You know, all that stuff that they vomited out on a conveyor belt? You like that stuff? Oh, yeah. You're gonna... Now, to be fair, I did like this movie, too. I would give this 5 out of 5. but for different reasons. Let's just do a few more. Load more. The music was good. The costumes were great. The acting was okay. Gal Gadot was not a good singer. The 7 CGI characters are creepy. You gave it a 4 out of 5. What are you talking about? You gotta lower your score then. We took our grandchildren, 3 and 7 this weekend. We all loved it. Well, I'm sure they loved it. You know, they're not old enough to, you know, their brains aren't working too yet. One more. Here's a doozy. 5 out of 5 stars. He wrote a paragraph. He wrote his life novel. My wife and I just watched Snow White and just really enjoyed it. Well, that's good. It's a good date thing, you know. Sometimes, as a guy, you take a chick out on a date, and you don't care at all about the movie, but maybe she likes it. The acting was excellent. Oh, man. Well, I was with you. I was with you there up until that point. And the storyline was enjoyable. It is a shame that the movie is married in controversy. I wonder why it is married in controversy. I mean, could it be that maybe the main actress has taken every single opportunity that she can to crap all over the original that actually this is built upon? Maybe she has taken every opportunity to insult the fans. And not only has she insulted the fans and insulted Trump supporters, but she's even just been so snarky about all of it. It couldn't be more unlikable. When you add that to a very long track record of failure after failure after failure, and this never-ending barrage of constantly blaming the fans who criticize it. Oh, I don't know. It's such a shame. It's marred in controversy. It's such a shame. I wonder why. Earlier, we saw Wicked. Now, I did hear good things about Wicked. I didn't watch that because, you know, I'm not gay. I did hear good things about it. I did see, though, the tour of Dumb and Dumber, you know, Skeletor and Skeletor 2, and those two women. If you want to see what's wrong with Hollywood, just check out any interview of the two main actresses of The Wicked. Man, it's so weird, it's creepy the way that they act. It's insane. Who knows what kind of drugs. And I thought this was far superior. Really? What kind of drugs are you on? And by the way, we are both seniors who grew up with the original Snow White. Okay, so your first thing they say is that goes is the mind. Go to see the movie and judge for yourself instead of reading the reviews or listening to the controversy. I saw it, so there. We think you will be impressed. Yeah, I don't think so. So Disney Snow White, it's not looking too hot. I would say at this point it's a failure. Disney's running all kinds of damage control. I mean, it's just a big fat dumpster fire. And we all knew the movie would suck. You know, I hate to say this. Maybe not. But I don't even care if they're good anymore. In fact, there's a part of me that's kind of hoping they're all bad. Because it really is enjoyable. It's like... And when it's... If you go in there and you just have this mindset of this is really gonna suck and I'm gonna squeeze out as much laughs as I can, it's so refreshing. Like, I did that with the Rings of Power Season 2, because with Season 1 I kind of went in there more critical, and I was just like, man, why are they tarnishing this so much? But when I went into Season 2, I just went in, this is gonna be a joke and I'm gonna enjoy it. I loved every bit of it. And so now these horrible movies come out, and I go into them with that mindset of, okay, let's see how far, you know, the apple falls. And I'm often, you know, not disappointed. And I almost, you know, don't want them to be good, because then when it's something is really good that comes out, it's like, oh, this was really solid, but it's attached to all this other stuff. It's not so much in this. It is in this as well, because it's based off the original. You see that more in like Marvel, you know, the MCU, because the MCU has a universe where everything is attached. So it's stuff like that. So if they did actually came out with a completely independent film that wasn't based off anything else, that was actually really, really good, then that would be a different story. Like, oh, okay, all right, well, you know, maybe more like this. But when you take the MCU, or you take something like this that's based off original work, that is very, very popular and meaningful, and then it just sucks, it's like, man, going into this with any kind of hope or anything, it's better to just go into this with the popcorn and say, let the flames burn, man. Let's just go. So yeah, that's my review. I wouldn't bother watching this. I mean, I wouldn't bother spending too much money on it. Maybe, you know, check out Anime Solo Leveling is wrapping up, and that's amazing. Maybe check out that, or Shangri-La. I'm watching that. Sakamoto Days I just finished, and it's freaking awesome. One last... Man, what was that? Someone needs to fix their brakes. Sorry if any background noise. One last thing. Still working, man. Personal note. Still trying to get my bills in order. Still trying to do that. So it might be a little bit before my next video. But I just had to make a video on this one. I just had to be like, oh man, this is the big one. I gotta check this out. But guys, that's it. Please hit the like button, again, as a friendly reminder. Please hit the like button and the subscribe button and the bell icon to be notified when my new videos do drop. Starting probably next month or at the tail end sometime, I will get back on a consistent release and start shooting those out and stuff. My goal this year is to finally get to those 1,000 subs and those 4,000 watch hours. We're gonna do it! And so I appreciate you so much if you stuck around this long. I really do. And till next time, guys, have a great freaking day.